there, Mr. Stinson. My name's Kylie. I'll be your nurse today, okay? I'm just gonna wash my hands real fast, okay? So as I'm washing my hands, I just want to make sure I do a QSIN. I'm just going to look at his general appearance, see if he has a fully oxygen or anything like that. I'm going to take a quick glance at my room, make sure that there's no clutter, no trip hazard for him if he were to get up and go to the restroom. So I'm just going to wash my hands. So what brought you in today? All right, some itching, nausea, okay. Some shortness of breath too, okay. I'm just gonna do a quick assessment on you, okay? So can you tell me your name and date of birth? So as he tells me that, I'm gonna check his wrist bracelet to make sure he is giving me the correct information, which is correct. Good. Can you tell me today's date? Good. And do you know where you're at? Good. All right. Can you turn your head towards your left? Good. And toward your right? Good. So I'm going to look for JVDs. No JVDs there. I'm going to feel his arms. His arms are nice, dry, and cool. No edema on his arms. I'm going to feel his pulses. His pulses are present bilaterally. I'm going to check his trigger. His triggers are good. His capillary refills are good. Can you squeeze my fingers? Good. And can you push towards me? Excellent. And pull towards you? Good. Can you move your fingers? Excellent. Any numbing or tingling when you do that? No. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab your vitals real fast, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab his vitals. I'm going to grab his temp. His temperature is 98.4. I'm going to check his pulse. I'm going to count his pulse for a minute. So after a minute, I got 102. I'm going to continue to hold his pulse and count his respirations. That way he doesn't change it. His respirations are 24, so a little fast. And then I'm going to grab his blood pressure. Blood pressure off, either do it manually or by a machine. His blood pressure was 153/97, which is hypertensive, and his oxygen is 90%. Okay. He does seem to be a little lethargic. It was taking him a little bit of time to tell me his name and stuff, but he is appropriate. Other than the itching, shortness of breath, and nausea, did anything else bring you here? Okay. Alright. So I saw that you do have a history of hypertension, which your blood pressure is a little high right now. Like I said, it was the 153/97. You're diabetic, right? Type 2. Okay. And then you have chronic kidney disease. Okay. And CHF. Okay. You get dialysis too? Okay. When was the last time you did your dialysis? Okay. So you didn't go yesterday? You weren't feeling well? Okay. Alright. I'll make sure I put a note in. I'm going to go ahead and listen to your lungs real fast. To his lungs. Okay, listen up to your breath. So I am noticing some crackles in his lungs, which since he said he didn't have his dialysis yesterday, so I figured he would have something. His lungs are a little wet. I'm going to go ahead and listen to his apical pulse while I'm here. I would listen to his apical pulse for a minute, which is nice and strong and even. For that, I'm going to go ahead and listen to your belly. Have you had any coughs? No coughing? Okay. And listen to his belly. Okay. So he does have vowel sounds in all 4 quadrants. Go ahead and feel your belly. Any pain or tenderness when I touch your belly? No? Okay, good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and feel his legs. His legs are nice, cool, and dry. There are some edema down on his legs, depending too. So I'm going to feel for his pedal pulses. His pedal pulses are present bilaterally. Okay. Check his capillary refills, which are good. Can you push down like a gas pedal? Good. And pull up. Excellent. Can you wiggle your toes? Good. Any numbing or tingling with that? Nope. Are you having any pain at all? Okay. No. Since you didn't have your dialysis yesterday, I'm going to let the doctor know that, okay? Do you need anything right now? Nope. Okay. I'll be right back, okay? Just make sure he has a call light and everything before I leave. Alright. Hey there, Miss. So the doctor just want to grab some labs real fast, okay? We're going to see how your kidneys are working. Since you are a little lethargic and you have all these signs and symptoms, we just want to make sure all your renal function and electrolytes are okay, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab his labs. Once I did that, they did come back. His labs are increased. His BUN is 62. His GFR is 13. His potassium is up. Phosphorus and all his labs are up. So the doctor is going to start dialysis. So I'm going to make sure that I call the dialysis floor. I'm going to give them a report and try to get him there today. So do you need anything? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and call dialysis. So I would call them and I would let them know that Mr. Stinson is a 52-year-old male, that he is a chronic kidney disease. He does get dialysis on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but he did skip his Monday because he wasn't feeling well. His labs were, BUN was 62, sodium was 134, creatinine was 3.9, calcium was 7.9, his GFR was 13, phosphorus was 5, potassium 6.3, magnesium was 1.6, his glucose was 224, his H&H was 8.2 and 30%, his BNP was 247. So I went ahead and gave the dialysis a report. She told me it'd be about an hour. So I just want to make sure that I do want to treat his potassium because that is pretty high since he has to wait another hour. So I want to make sure I give him medications to help bring that down right now. And then, so I'm going to get him ready to go to dialysis right now. All right, Mr. Stinson, so we're going to take you to dialysis, okay? So I'm just going to hook you up to stuff and we're going to transport you to dialysis, okay? Do you have any questions about anything? Nope, okay. So I make sure that I get him all situated and we're going to take him to dialysis now. Hey there, Mr. Stinson. Welcome back. How you feeling? A little better? Some tired? I bet. So they were able to pull off 3 liters, okay? So I'm just going to grab your weight real fast and make sure that that is lining up, okay? So I had to make sure that I grabbed his weight. after he gets back with dialysis, re-grab his vitals also. I'm going to redo his lab since he had his dialysis. Like I said earlier, his H&H was a little low. The doctor did order you some medicine, okay? He ordered you erythropoietin, which helps increase your red blood cell count, okay? It is a little low, so we want to bring that up. We're going to try that instead of giving you a transfusion, okay? Let me know if you're feeling a little nauseous or dizziness, okay? That is a side effect of that. And I also want to make sure that I do pay attention to his blood pressure, because this medication can also increase his blood pressure, and he's already a hypertensive person. So I'm going to go ahead and go grab the medication, okay? Alright. So I got the medication, okay? So I want to make sure that I did my 3 checks. Make sure I checked my medication 3 different times, right patient and right med. So I'm going to pull up his MR, make sure that I am in the right room with the right medication. I'm going to have him state his name and date of birth for me. Can you tell me your name and date of birth? Good. So it is correct. Do you have any allergies? Nope. Okay. So I'll make sure that I have the right patient, the right medication, the right dose, the right route. Make sure he didn't have any allergies. So with this medication, it is a sub-Q, and I'm going to do it in the thigh because that is the most rapid absorption. So I am going to be giving him 2,000 units of the Epigen sub-Q. So I'm just going to make sure I have an alcohol swab. I'm going to go ahead and have him lift up his pants, remove his gown up. I'm going to make sure I clean off a spot in his thigh. Make sure I clean that. I'm going to grab my medication. Like I said, sub-Q, so I would have a smaller needle. Grab a sub-Q needle, 2,000 units. And I'm just going to go in the thigh like a dart, 90 degrees. Start that and push that in and take it out really fast and let go of the skin. I'm going to document in the correct format the time and date, the medication, the amount of it and the route of it and how he tolerated it. I'm going to make sure that I keep an eye on that spot because it can make it red and sensitive in that spot. Do that. Okay. So, Mrs. Stinson, is there anything that I can do for you today? Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that I did go over some education stuff for you, okay? Your diet, since you are a diabetic, you know, to watch your carbs. And with the kidneys, we want to watch your sodium and your potassium intake, okay? And we've really got to make sure you get your dialysis. You know, you don't want to skip that. Even if you don't feel well, we got to get you there, okay? All right, so I want to make sure I educate him more about the diet and the importance of it. Do you need anything? Okay, I'll be back, okay? Hey there, Mrs. Stinson. How you feeling? Good. Well, I'm leaving for today, okay? Michael's gonna take over for me, alright? He's gonna give a quick report. Alright, so this is Mr. Stinson. He is a 52-year-old male who came into the ED for severe itching, nausea, vomiting, and he was also complaining of shortness of breath. He does have a history of hypertension, type 2 diabetic, chronic kidney disease and congestive heart failure. He did not go to his dialysis appointment on Monday due to not feeling well, so we did do dialysis today. They were able to take 3 liters off of him. That's all he could tolerate. When he got back, I did administer Epigen, 2,000 units of that. His H&H was 8.2 with 30%. I did educate him on his diet and the importance of not missing his HD, and we need to make sure we keep going to those. His labs were definitely elevated before his dialysis. His B1 was 62. His potassium was 6.3. Phosphorus was 5. H&H, like I said, was 8.2 over 30. His pH was 7.32. CO2 was 32. HCO3 was 16. His BNP was 247. I did redraw his labs after dialysis. I have not looked at those results yet. But like I said, they were able to take 3 liters off. Is there any questions? Okay. Well, Mr. Stinson, you have a good day, okay? All right. Thank you.